Welcome back to another episode of the recap. I'm your host, Open Mind, along with your other host, DZ.
What's going on, everybody?
We back with episode 6 of Daily Fantasy Sports Podcast. Starting off with NBA. The NBA season is upon us, and we about to get into the lineup. But before we get started, DZ, you asked me a question in the chat, before we start up. I just can't. You ask me live so I can answer it live. So
Trying to figure out which question was that.
talking about the NBA.
Oh, what you think about it so far?
So far, I'm liking what I see from a lot of names that didn't get a lot of, I guess, shine last year. And I can't go into the names, like there's so many of them, but so far it's interesting. I'm kind of just the Lakers is, I guess they just gonna be who they are, right? Mm-hmm. LeBron doing this thing, but I guess the Lakers is, that's just what it is with them. I'm not a Lakers fan, but I'm a LeBron fan, and I hate to see them starting off with the season like this. But I think they're gonna eventually pick it up. They 0-2 right now. 0-2 or 0-3, I think. Either 1-2 or 0-3, something like that. But overall, I don't really have no opinion as of yet. Everything's just happening. This will be game 3 for everybody, or game 4 going into Sunday basketball. So we kind of missed most of the week with the show. At least I didn't. I've been playing and not cashed. So in that regard, to answer the question, I cashed some nice cash, not a lot of money, but I cashed a pretty substantial amount for me to gamble with like I want to, instead of gambling with coins and dimes and nickels and stuff. I can bet some dollars now, like some $3 bets and some $4 bets and stuff like that. So that's kind of like the type of cash I did. Just NBA, I didn't win a whole lot of money on this past Sunday on NFL. Nothing went my way. I had some injured people on my squad, but NBA has paid me since it started. So I can say I feel good, but I'm not going, I don't get too excited, right?
I got you.
I don't get too excited.
I had so much going on. I forgot it was starting. You said something, I'm like, dang.
Right. Well, I've been monitoring it. I didn't play in the preseason. As far as like fantasy sports, I didn't play in the preseason, but I did watch, there was like a couple of free games in the preseason, and I just put squads in, not to win, but to kind of see who's playing for who moved to, like what's going on. Like wasn't intending to win no money. It was kind of my way of peeking in and trying to see in, like how, and it was actually towards the tail end of the preseason too. It was like the last couple of preseason games that I actually played a free lineup on NBA, and I was just doing it to see what was going on, like, because I was like you, I hadn't been paying attention like to the date of when the season started, but I did so since I play fantasy sports so much. The fantasy sports app keeps telling you that the NBA season about to show. It keeps reminding you. So when I saw that it was like 3 days left before the preseason, I just let me put a squad in to see what's up, not to win, but to watch the numbers, watch to see who's at, to see the final lineup, and just kind of see what these guys are doing or what they're about to do. And then, not that answered any questions for me, because I was just being nosy, but I did kind of peek in there during the NBA. And I just, I'm glad I caught it when it started. I'm glad I was up on it, because if not, we would have missed that the start of the season. You know what I'm saying? So I'm good. Like, I ain't got nothing to really complain about, but I also don't want to like finalize and say I got it figured out either. No, I do not have it figured out. No, I don't. NBA, I don't have NBA figured out because, you know what I'm saying? It's just too early to try to call anything.
I agree with you there.
But anyway, let's get into the first NBA squad. Let's see, what was it? The
early slate.
Early slate? Okay. First NBA squad, early slate. This is the show. This gonna be a show squad, so I'm gonna go ahead and bet 10 cents. I ain't gonna bet too much. No, I can't bet. They making me bet some money. They making me. They forcing me. Okay, I can't bet this. All right, so let me bet 50 cents here. All right, so we got, let's see. I'm not going to be traditional with these lineups starting from top to bottom. I'm going to pick the center first. I'm going to start us off with a center and just be different. My center, because of the matchup situation, I want John Collins because Charlotte don't really have a center. Yeah, they got Mason Plumlee, right? Yeah, they got, the rookie Richards. But we talking about a vet. We talking about somebody who's been in the league for a minute and kind of know that position better than, I ain't gonna say know it better than Plumlee, but he definitely knows it better than Richards down there, the Charlotte center who coming off the bench. I'll take Collins for 67, and he got a good ceiling. Like if he can just give me 40, he ain't got to give me 43 or some high 38, high 30, right? Mm-hmm. Especially against, he got a good matchup. I don't know who's gonna win the game, but John Collins, if you click on his game log, the first 2 games of the season. Hold on, let's click on John Collins' game log so we can.
Yeah, his rebounds is up, and also his points are up finally. But I think having Murray is helping him out.
Yeah, because Murray did get traded to him. You never know. I'm not expecting him to give me another 49 point. What he did with 23 points, 13 rebounds, 1 block, 3 steals. Like, I'm not expecting the same exact production. But the game previous, he had high 30. The first game of the season, he had a high 30. So give me a high 30, 6,700 against the Charlotte Bobcats. Or is it the Charlotte? What's this? The Charlotte Bobcats, right? The
Hornets. Charlotte Hornets.
Back to the Hornets. Yeah, against the Charlotte Hornets. Like who really gonna stop John Collins and Charlotte? What big man there is going to give him trouble? Like I'm saying. I'm saying, like, you tell me.
Production wise, yeah, he might be. Let me see here. They got Mason Plumlee. They have PJ Washington, but no.
I don't think PJ even playing. I think or is he? No, he is power forward.
Yeah, he power forward. I mean, they shipped him down there, but I wouldn't bet on it.
Right. So start us off with John Collins at center.
Yep, I'm going to DeJounte Murray.
Of course, because he was playing when he was playing for the Spurs, he was dope. Like he ain't stopped.
Yeah, now he got a lot of help. He got Trey, and now he got John. I don't know who else is on the line.
At the number 2 spot, this is a guy that for the last 4 years has been consistently saving my ass. I'm putting the number 2 spot at Josh Hart. Because for the last 4 years of playing NBA fantasy sports, Josh Hart, because sometimes I'll take little breaks. I won't play NBA for like a week. Like I don't play every day because it's just gambling, like constantly gambling. So if I'm feeling myself, I'll jump in 2 or 3 days off not playing, and I'll look at Josh Hart's previous day because I don't play every day, but I do play often enough to keep up with these players and their stats. It's just not possible for me to play every single day because if I ain't got no money in there, I'm not finna deposit no money in that account. I'll play free squads to win myself money to play with, and then whatever money is in there, I'll bet little dollars and coins until I build up a portfolio for myself. But the deposit, I try not to make them unless I'm just absolutely just gotta play. So if I run out of money because I'm not winning, I won't play. I just play. That's just me. Like it's not that serious to me. But if you stay out too long, you kind of get out of the groove of these guys because you got to know when to fade and when to play. And if you're not playing, you ain't paying attention to you can't really see the game unless you actually watching the game. But you still can't see the stat line, the stat sheets on your fantasy sports. So there are times where I just won't play and I'll jump back into the fray after been off for a week. Let's say I go a week without playing. If I see Josh Hart on the list, I'm picking Josh Hart, and he always, not like in the high 90 percentile, not 100%, but because he's had some bad games for me, but for the most part, high 90 percentile, Josh Hart never let me down. Like he comes through and he played for Portland now, but Josh Hart been moving around on the league. He played for Pelicans, then he played for before he played for the Pelicans, he played for Lakers, then he played for before the Lakers. Can't remember. I can only remember 3 teams off the top of my head: Lakers, Pelicans, and now Portland. But Josh Hart has always saved my ass. You know what I'm saying? Just wanted to get all that out. Well, that's why I'm picking.
I agree with you there. I mean, he's been a good pick over the years. I'm not mad at that. Now, let's see about this, man. I don't know about, it's like the Spur players got traded and then suddenly they just became good. Lonnie Walker the fourth.
He played for Lakers and he look, bro, like he balling. He not like breaking the slate, but 4,600, dog. He paying off his price big time. You getting a bargain for your money, bro.
Yeah, and that's what I'm looking at. I'm like, because like the Spurs never used them, and I never understood why. But now since he didn't got traded, it's just like, hey, yo, look, I'm Lonnie Walker.
Yeah, like him and
yeah, I'm going with Lonnie Walker the fourth and third.
All right, Lonnie Walker at the 3 spot. I think I'm gonna fade LeBron and AD because they've just been. For LeBron's price, he costs $10,000, 98, whatever. But I need more than 55 points from him at that price.
I agree.
I need more than 40 points from Anthony Davis at his price. So it's not that they're not going to have a good game. The Lakers probably could win this game. They could probably beat Dame Lillard and the Portland Trailblazers. It's not like Portland got they got a squad that's just dominant. The Lakers could win this game. But how is that going to look on your lineup? Having spent $10,000 on LeBron and $9,000 on Anthony Davis, for them to just squeeze out 40 points for you from one and 50 from the other, but you need that money, and then you got other guys who cost significantly less, giving you 45, 50 points, and they cost significantly less than these two. Because I can tell you right now, Oubre, Grant, and PJ Washington gonna give you some high 30s, early 40s, all 3 of them in their matchup. I could see PJ Washington dropping a good 35 plus game. I could see Grant giving me a 30 plus game, and I could see Kelly Oubre easily hitting 40.
That's true.
Maybe 40 even, or 39. But if I got these 3 guys, or 2 of these 3 guys, which I'm finna get one of them after I'm done talking, I would rather have somebody who costs $6,000, $6,500, so to speak, than to spend $10,000 on a guy and banking on that guy to give me all that production when LeBron was be ice cold in the first half and then he pick it up in the second half, which is fine. Like, he in the game with 50-some points, but you cost too much because your name is LeBron James.
I agree with you there.
You cost too much because your name is Anthony Davis. Not because you're giving me the production, but because that's what your name is. I don't want to pay for a name. I'm trying to get this money. So with that said, give me PJ Washington.
Gotcha. Now we down at the guard. Let me think about this for a second. We down at the guard. What's your thoughts on that Portland and Lakers?
You only got 3 spots.
What's your thoughts on that Portland Laker game? You think they're going to go all out?
I think the Lakers have no defense. I'm saying the Lakers could probably pull it out and win and score the last shot, I guess, right? But they're not going to stop Portland from scoring. That's what I think. I think the Lakers won't stop Portland from scoring. That's what I think. So take that how you will. I don't think the Lakers going to be able to stop Portland from scoring. I just think the Lakers going to make the last shot to win the game. Wow. And I think it's going to be close. I don't think it's going to be a big gap in that lead. I say the Lakers win this game by 1, 2, or 3 points at the most. I say they win by 1, 2, or 3 points. That's what I'm saying, because that's how close this game going to be, because the Lakers don't have defense. The Lakers do not play no defense. All them old dudes ain't checking nobody. They just letting them dudes run up the court and do their thing, and when it's their turn to score, they go down there and score their points. The Lakers not stopping nobody. Like, even Anthony Davis ain't stopping nobody. He not bodying nobody down. So I'm saying the Lakers can pull it out by scoring the last maybe they get fouled and they make their free throws. Maybe they shoot a jumper at the buzzer, a 3-pointer. I think the Lakers can win, but they're gonna win by a very, very slim margin. They're gonna be actually down. The league gonna change, and the Portland gonna be ahead a couple of times in this game because they defense trash. They just don't. They can't stop nothing. So that's what I think about the game. I don't think you should fade a Portland Trailblazer. That's what I think you need to pick one of them dudes. That's what I think.
I'm thinking I want to pick Dame, but I don't know if that's a good one. I also like Dennis Smith off of Charlotte.
What about Simmons? Simmons is shooting.
Yeah, I was looking at Simmons too. Yeah, I go with Simmons at the guard spot.
I was gonna pick Simmons if you didn't. You know what I'm saying? Because I wanted another Trailblazer. I actually like this guy, even though a lot of people shit on him. I like Gordon Hayward at the forward spot down here, the flex forward. Because Hayward is just consistent, bro. Even since he left Utah, bro, it's like he became a better player.
Yeah, well, he became one of the frontliners. I think Utah, they don't play towards the stars. You have to pass the ball. Okay, that's like, Gobert and Mitchell left, and suddenly it's like, wow, these guys can produce like that. Why didn't they do that at Utah?
And there's plenty of guys on this last detail spot that's getting a lot of minutes, so it's really up to you to say who's the best. I mean, it's up to you because at least 6 guys. I just clicked on their game logs while you were talking. 6 different guys getting 25 plus minutes. Yeah. So it's really up to you. I can't say who's a bad pick. This ain't one of the situations where we run out of money and it's like, man, it's slim picking. Nah, it ain't slim picking. Because if you go down to Austin Reeves and stop at Austin Reeves and then go up from Austin Reeves all the way back up to where Plumlee is, all them guys getting 25 plus minutes, all of them. So it's really up to you who you want to pick. I can't say who's good, bad, or indifferent because whoever you pick is going to get 25 plus minutes. Whoever you select. You know what I'm saying? So I really can't say. Because in this situation, and those of y'all listening, okay, so before we pick somebody, just want to go over this real quick before we transition. Anybody watching this video, if you find yourself in a situation where you got your whole lineup filled up like we have right now, this is your scenario. You got $4,000, $4,500, $3,500, whatever the situation is, right? And I think I've gone over this strategy before, but this is, it's a new year. People don't remember stuff, so let me refresh everybody. If you don't already know this, if you find yourself in a position where you got a little bit of money and you're not sure who to pick amongst these cheap guys on the bottom list right here, starting from Patrick Beverly, going all the way down to when you get to the 3,000 spot, right? The best way to approach this, and I said the only way, is just the way I approach it, at least for my own peace of mind, is I click on these players, I look at their game log, and I try to see how many minutes they're playing. Right? You can look at the DFS average if you want to, like Pat Bev is averaging 18, Winslow 18, McDaniels 22, so on and so forth. You can look at that if you want, if that just make you feel better, but that's a little misleading, right? It's misleading for everybody on your lineup, but you can lean towards that more to your studs on your lineup, more so than these guys below, because these guys below, they get in the game when the coach put them in the game, and they do what they can do. They're not exactly part of the rotation as much as the starters are. And when they are in the game, they just do what they need to do because they know the coach finna sit them back down. You just the backup at the end of the day. Most of these guys are backup. So when they get in the game, they're just there so that the other guy can sit down and catch his breath, drink some Gatorade, sit down for a 5-minute break, and then when he's rested up, then you go sit down and let him play. Because it's really not about you. It's about that guy. You the 6th man, 7th man, 8th man, whatever. So the best way to approach this is to look at minutes. Click on the game log and look at the minutes. You want at least 20 minutes or more from your $4,500 player. Let me repeat. You want 20 minutes or more average from your $4,500 player or cheaper. So if you got $4,000, $3,500, shit like that. Like this is what you working with because you ran out of money because you tried to pick all the expensive guys. It happens to us every day. Don't beat yourself up. The best way to approach this is to pick the guy that's going to give you the most minutes among this group. So, and then I was while DZ was talking, I was already on my end clicking on game logs, looking at just real quick. It's a flash. It takes 2 seconds. Click on it. Bam, minute. Bam, okay, he's 25. Bam, he's 22. Bam, he's 23. Bam, he's 28. And it's even though it's DZ's pick, if I was by myself making my lineup, that's how I would pick one of these guys. I don't have a preference or a favorite player. I don't have a guy that I just want to pick. It's not even a matchup pick. It's strictly and 100% a minute pick. We're going to call this the minute pick. When you're out of money, you might as well, because we just got done strategizing with the lineup. The lineup that we have is our strategy. We're attacking the matchup in our lineup, but we still got to fill this last spot. And how do you fill it when you run out of money? Or how do you approach? How do you know who to pick? How do you come to a conclusion? You come to a conclusion by looking at the minutes from these guys. And why 20 minutes or more? Because you can do a lot more in 20 minutes than you can in 10 and 15.
Completely agree.
As long as you're in the game and you're on the court and you're not on the bench, you can do stuff. Whether you're stealing the ball, blocking the ball, catching the rebound, shooting the ball, whether you miss or not, you can take a shot, you can grab the boards, you own the court, so you can be a factor. The longer you on the court, the more likely you ought to do something. And you want your $4,500 guy, $3,000 guy to be on the court as long as possible so that they can do stuff. Right? So that's why I want to say all that before ZZ picked this guy, and this is like kind of our second lineup, or it's our first show where we put a lot of more emphasis on NBA than we did the previous show. So just so I don't want to speed through stuff, because next week we're going to speed through stuff right now. Yeah. Next week we're going to pick lineups and go. But just so I just wanted to gate this now, because like I said, this is the start of the season, and just a little quick refresher. The best way to approach this is to look at the minutes. Now I get a mic back to D.
Yeah, I agree with you. I've been looking at it, I've just been scrolling through, but I'm looking at the matchup in particular. I'm going to make this pick. And I really like Justin Winslow. My gut is telling me Justin Winslow.
All right. Hey. I mean, it's like everybody costs the same. Like I said, all these dudes going to give you the same amount of minutes because I already looked at it. I looked at Justin's, I looked at Pat Bears, I looked at all their little minutes. They all got the same minutes, 25 and up. So that's why I said, man, I can't tell you who to pick. It's up to you. It's up to you, fam. All right. So, just quick refresher or quick go over. We got Murray at the 1, Josh Hart at the 2, Walker at the 3, PJ Washington at the 4 spot. John Collins is our center. Anthony Simmons is at the flex guard. Hayward is at the flex forward. And we're going to end that lineup with Justice Winslow. I like this lineup. I think this lineup is going to cash. And I ain't talking about coins. So let's go. Let's go to the next one. Night squad for NBA before we transition to football. And once again, they making me spend some money. I can't do no 10 cents, bro. They making me bet. So let me go ahead and bet. I started this off, so you can start us off whatever you want to. I picked the center first last one.
Yeah, I don't want nothing to do with Booker at that price. Anyway, you want to know something? Even though Wall's going to be out, I like Reggie Jackson.
If Wall's out, that lets you do more.
Yeah, I like Reggie Jackson. I think he's going to go underlooked. Yeah, because Wall is out, rehabilitating his knee. Yep. I'm glad he's back. He's producing off the bench. I don't know how long Reggie Jackson's gonna hold that spot.
Hey, probably not long. He'll be traded probably by the trade deadline. Once John Wall got to get back in playing shape. Once John Wall start, because it's only October. This is week 1 of basketball. The trade deadline for basketball, I believe, is the week before the All-Star game, which is January. So I say in January, I can definitely see Jackson being traded to another team. And Wall, pretty much, I don't think they should trade him because he could just go to the 2 spot Reggie Jackson is a good two guard. He can play the two, but he is a point guard, but he can play the two because he played the two in Detroit. He was a two guard in Detroit. He wasn't a point guard. So I don't think they should trade him. I think it'll make sense to keep him there. So think about it. A starting lineup: John Wall, Reggie Jackson, Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, Zubac. That's a dope lineup. Put Pat Bev on the bench, but no, they got. But you know Reggie Jackson's coming off the bench because John Wall starts. With John Wall out, that's an automatic start for Reggie Jackson. But the normal thing is, I said Pat Bev. Pat Bev played for the Lakers. I don't know why I said Pat Bev. So this is the starting lineup right now. Yep. It should stay that way. But I know it's not because John Wall is going to be John Wall. So yeah, I like the pick, though, at least for this circumstance, because John was not playing. He's not going to play versus Phoenix. That's going to give Reggie all a minute. Period.
I agree.
John Wall out and Kawhi out. So that's double.
Yeah.
Kawhi either. Load management.
Kawhi out for real?
Load management. He ain't injured. That's that load management stuff that he do. Right here it says Leonard will miss Saturday's game against the Kings for rest and rehab purposes. Rest and rehab for what? That's load management. He ain't hurt. There's nothing wrong with Kawhi Leonard. He is in full health. He is not hurt. That's load management. That's in the contract. Man. He don't play basketball every day. He play basketball every other day. That's been Kawhi Leonard for the last 3 years, bro. Like
that is very true.
Like, is Kawhi injured again? No, he's not injured. There's nothing wrong with his ankle. There's nothing wrong with his knee. He's in perfect health. He's doing load management because in his contract he says he's not playing all 82 of them games. He's playing about 60 of them games. He's not gonna play 82. He's gonna play 6 games.
But do you really blame him for that?
Why? If they let him get away with it, why?
But that's kind of smart to put that in his contract so he's not forced to play all the time. So like them games that you know they're gonna win, what's the point?
Right. Why even? Because when you know you need him for this other game over here.
Yeah.
So just to say that, Reggie Jackson's a good pick because, you got Wall and Leonard out. Reggie Jackson's finna be on the court, bro. Like, that's a great pick.
Yeah.
So, on me, Klay Thompson disappointed me the other night. I had Klay Thompson, and he just disappointed me. I will take Kevin Huerter, for the Kings. I like the fact that he got traded to the Kings. He was actually balling even in Atlanta, so him going to the Kings is not going to change nothing. He's still the same guy he was. Very consistent, but I should probably put him in the 3. I got him in the 2 spot. I'm going to take him off the number 2. I'm going to put Huerter in the 3 spot. Huerter in the 3 spot.
Okay, I agree with that. Let me see. Yeah, because with Leonard and Wall out, we got to pick up PG. Got to pick up Paul George too.
Paul George, and then I'm gonna put it. Well, he can only be in number 2 spot.
Unless you think it's somebody else. Do you think we need Paul George?
Well, it's a night squad. It's a turbo. I don't think we should fade him. Because even if we couldn't get him on this squad, I was going to make a secret squad off the show and put him on there. so
yeah. See,
I was going to pick him.
See, I didn't know Kawhi was out. You said Kawhi was out. I was like, I knew Wall was out, but you said Kawhi out. So, I mean.
And he's out because of that low.
This is going to be the Jackson and George show.
Right. At least for this game. For this Phoenix Suns Clippers game. And it helps to know that, right? Because then you'll know, make your lineup, who to fade and who to pick. Like you fading Wall and we fading Kawhi, and there's no worries because they're not playing. It just helps to just know that little tidbit of information. If you just know that, you'll approach this lineup the way you're approaching it, meaning Reggie Jackson, because he's finna get some minutes. Paul George, because he's finna not even about minutes with him. It's about production with him because he has to perform because he's the only alpha there right now. Yeah. Of all the alphas, Paul George is the alpha of them guys. He got to lead the team and hold it down until Wall and Kawhi come back.
That's true.
So you put PG right there. I'm finna take care of the center spot and go ahead and get Zubac out the way. Give me Zubac because this guy is no longer a rookie. This is his third or fourth year, I believe. I don't know if it's his fourth year. I could be wrong on that. Correct me if y'all find out. But Zubac is no longer a rookie, and he has definitely came into his own since he's been in the league. I'm going with Zubac at center. Give me I could be saying his name on Zubac, whatever. Give me that guy for Clippers because dude is definitely holding his own.
Yeah, he's not playing around no more.
He's not playing. He's not a little boy no more. He's not soft. They called him soft. I remember that. Used to call him soft, and when he first came in the league, he did look like a little kid. He did. He was just he's like a tall kid. He's a grown man now. Zubac got a whole full beard, mustache. He got some weight on him. He ain't skinny twig no more. He can look cool. Got that look. You know that grown man weight get on you? You know that grown man weight. You know, I ain't saying fat weight, but you know how you turn 25, 26, and them little extra pounds packing on you, start seeing it on your face. You start seeing it in your chin. Zubac he looks like that now. I seen him playing. I was like, this is Zubac. Either he been in the gym lifting weights or that grown man then caught up. He'd had a little late puberty going on, right?
or he didn't just said, you know what? Fuck all.
I'm tired of being called. Because look at the numbers. Hold on before you go. His game log. He balled out 14.7 rebounds, 1 assist, 5 blocks. Call me soft. I suck it soft.
He ain't playing no
boy
more.
Is not soft. I'm not saying he goes all out and break the slate, but for 5,700, I'll take that 35 points. I'll take it. If he gonna give you 35, now I don't know if he gonna give you 45. I ain't saying he gonna give me 45 points, but I'm getting 35 easy from Zubac. 35 is the minimum he's gonna give me. Now, what he gives me beyond that, we'll see when the game starts. But I expect 35 points from Zubac for 5,700. That's a steal, bro. Give me that. Give me that.
Well, let me see. I'm trying to think here. For this, yeah, I'm trying to look at power forward. No to Covington. I'm gonna go Marcus Morris Sr. for the 4. I don't see much at the 4 right now.
All right, so we got Clippers. I think that should be enough on the Clippers side. We almost got their starting lineup. We got Jackson, George, Morris, and Zubac. We want to get the whole Clippers starting lineup. I'm gonna go ahead and spend this money before we run out of money and give me Steph.
Ooh. You think it's gonna be a close game?
Man, give me Steph Curry, bro. Steph Curry is just the Kings. Give me Steph Curry. That's 10,000 on Steph because Steph's in the active fool.
That's true. I can see that.
The Kings, Steph in the active fool, bro. Give me Steph Curry.
Gotcha.
I'll spend that money.
Oh boy. I think Draymond's too much.
Yeah, Draymond can go on somewhere with that BS. He can go on somewhere with that price and that BS play he giving me.
I think Wiggins might get locked. Who's Wiggins? He's going up against Miles Bridges, no? He's going against Barnes. Yeah, Barnes ain't playing around, though.
Yeah, I think about it, Barnes is probably gonna stunt Wiggins' growth. I don't think Wiggins gonna have a good game because Barnes is good on defense. He's one of the few Sacramento Kings veteran players that actually plays defense. Because a lot of these old men don't be playing defense. Yeah, they just lazy. Barnes, and not that he's the glove or nothing. He's not Gary Payton with it. But Barnes can block, he can steal, he does steal, and he does block. So no, he's not gonna get 5 blocks and 5 steals out of the game. But it's not about the blocks and the steals. It's about the way he defends you. And I can't explain it really. I just know Harrison Barnes. I just seen him play a couple times. I can't catch everything, but just when you get to see these guys in action, you kind of make a mental note of what they do well, at least what you saw them do well. Now I don't follow Harrison Barnes closely, but I do remember him being a good defender and disrupting games. Not on Kawhi's level, because Kawhi Leonard Kawhi Leonard is a better example of what I'm trying to say. He's a defender. Kawhi Leonard disrupts games. Harrison Barnes is like a watered down Kawhi Leonard, right? Extremely watered down. You know how you go buy Kool-Aid and it don't say Kool-Aid, it's Flavor Aid, right? That's Harrison Barnes. Harrison Barnes is a Flavor Aid version of Kawhi Leonard. But listen, if you put enough sugar in that Flavor Aid, you can make that Flavor Aid taste good. You just gotta put the right amount of sugar in there. Don't follow directions on the back of the paper. Put some sugar in that Flavor Aid because that shit it'll taste like Gatorade. You don't put no sugar in there. It's not Kool-Aid, it's Flavor Aid. You know, the little cartoon dude on the front of that Flavor Aid box. I can't the little
Kool-Aid Man?
No, Kool-Aid Man is on the Kool-Aid pack. Flavor Aid makes the cartoon character out of whatever the fruit is. So if it's grape, you're gonna see a grape cartoon. If it's a lemon, you're gonna see a lemon cartoon. Like they make a cartoon out of the fruit that it is. So that's the best way to describe Harrison Barnes is on defense and what he does to whoever he's checking. I just can't see Andrew Wiggins dropping 42 fantasy points against Harrison Barnes. I can see him dropping maybe 30 something. 20 points, couple of assists, because Andrew Wiggins is not a passer. He's a shooter. He's a catch and shoot. Andrew Wiggins, for him to put up stats, he got to catch the ball and shoot. He's not bringing it down the court. He's not running plays like Steph Curry. Steph Curry running all the plays. Steph Curry's a ball hawk, even though he does pass. So Wiggins got a good three. Wiggins got a good jump shot, and if Harrison Barnes is checking him, I can't see Wiggins open all the time. He'll get open, he'll make some shots, and he'll do some stuff because Andrew Wiggins ain't trash, but Harrison Barnes is gonna give him some help, right? It's gonna stun his numbers a little bit. So I just can't see Wiggins giving me 45 points. I can't see him doing it. I can see Steph doing it. I can see Klay Thompson doing it. But Andrew Wiggins, nah. Andrew Wiggins like he's a good 30-point game. Pat you on the back. $67, but I don't think he's gonna pay off his $67 against this king.
I don't think so either. Okay. Well, while you was talking, I was scrolling through. I can't get off. I think it's Terrence Davis. Yep.
You took my pick.
Well,
I wasn't gonna say nothing. I was gonna let you pick. I hope you have enough money left over for me to get Terrence Davis. And you just took my pick. Go ahead and get him.
Yeah, I took him.
All right. Damn. I had my heart set on him. I wasn't looking at nobody else. I ain't caring about nobody else.
Well, I hope you care, man. This last pick is on you.
Well, I have to because I gotta close out this lineup. So, this ain't a situation where I ran out of money, so I gotta look at minutes. I gotta actually look at matchup too because I got $5,000 and you gotta be careful. This is a bad spot for me to be in right here. I like the spot where I run out of money so I can look at minutes. I have to factor in everything now because I got $5,000 left and I gotta pick somebody that's gonna give me some good play. Not just minutes, but production too. I gotta make a smart pick here. So let's see. Let me see if I can cheat a little bit and move some people around and put them in different spots. Nope, I can't cheat because if I do that, let's see if yep. So 5,100.
Do you think Darren Fox gonna ball out?
He should, but
Going up against Curry and him.
I don't see De'Aaron Fox having a bad game, but I can't have him and Steph at the same time. In other words, if we get Fox, we got to get rid of Paul George. Like, I could get Fox, but Paul George got to go. You got 4 Clippers anyway. But other than that, if you're going to keep Paul George, you can't get Fox. The Fox costs the same. So, I do think Fox going to have a good game. I think Fox going to have a great game. I just don't think they're going to win. But we got Paul George instead of Fox. Let's see. Wiseman? I think I might get Wiseman. Nope. He ain't playing nothing. He ain't playing nothing.
I think he deserves more minutes.
I really wish Cameron Johnson was playing in Phoenix because I actually like Cameron Johnson. And he's not playing, and I can't pick him. But I found a diamond in the rough. Damian Lee for the Suns. Damian Lee. He's 31 minutes, and he's starting. No, he's not starting. But he is 31 minutes.
He's relevant.
He's definitely relevant. Who is Keegan Murray? You ever heard of that dude?
No.
I just never heard of the guy. Well, let's see. We got Reggie Jackson, Paul George, Kevin Huerter, Marcus Morris, Zubac, Steph Curry, Terrence Davis, and Damian Lee about to enter this squad. That concludes the NBA sector of the show. Unless you got any questions you want to do, it's up to you, bro.
Nah,
if you got
any questions? I like both squads.
Like both squads? Cool. So, one second. My thing just froze. It's just spinning in place, so I'm trying to catch up to you. You can go ahead and set up the football while my screen.
All day NFL tier.
Yeah, okay, finally you load up. Okay. Yeah, all day tiers NFL. All right. I can bet 10 cents now. Because I'm being cheap. I don't want to spend my money because, the NFL has not been paying me, so I ain't paying them. I'll bet 10 cents and win a little $100, but other than that, I ain't trying to go for the jackpot no more because they keep taking my money. How are we going to start this off? Okay, let's analyze this. I think Lamar Jackson is going to have a good game in Cleveland. I think Pat Mahomes is going to have a bad game in San Francisco. I think Joe Burrow is not going to have as good of a game as people think he will just because it's the Falcons. I think people are sleeping on the Falcons. Yeah. And I think Justin Herbert is going to have a great game against Seattle. Just telling you what I think. For me, I decided Lamar and Herbert, and I think I'm going to go with Lamar. Because Justin Herbert has been, I've been picking him, but he ain't been giving me what I need him to give. But he should beat the Seahawks, and he should have a good game. But I've been saying that for the last 6 weeks. I've been saying should for the last 6 weeks when it comes to Justin Herbert. So I just pick Eckler and the receivers. Like, I don't pick Justin Herbert because he keeps disappointing me. He keeps taking my money when I bet. So give me Lamar Jackson.
Gotcha.
With double spot.
I don't blame. And I hate tier 2, man.
You hate tier 2? Yeah, because you know what? Let me say this about Christian McCaffrey and the 49ers. It's okay to fade Christian McCaffrey at least for this game because he need a week to practice anyway and get acclimated to that team. They're finna put Christian McCaffrey on the field. His plane landed Thursday night or Friday night. He got the news of the trade Wednesday. He packed his stuff. He flew to San Francisco Thursday night, took a physical, did all that stuff, took a night, spent the night in the hotel room, went to walkthroughs Friday, like team walkthroughs. He couldn't practice yet. He still ain't even all the way in town yet. Went to walkthroughs on Friday, and he probably hit the practice field and pads sometime earlier on Saturday. Then he's going to be expected to play a full 4 quarters of football with the 49ers offense. He don't know the playbook. He does not know the playbook in those 24 hours, bro. So it's okay to fade Christian McCaffrey for this Chiefs game because he don't know the playbook yet. He'll probably learn it next week or so. But he just got there, bro. Now you tell me as a human being, can you study something and learn it overnight?
No.
You.
No.
I don't know nobody that can. The man just got to San Francisco 2 days ago. He kind of still. You can't tell me that man sold his house and packed up and left North Carolina, and he done moved his whole life to San Francisco in 3 days. No, his if he got a girl or kids, you know, his house, all his belongings, everything that he owned is still in North Carolina right now. He got to ship all that stuff and get it packed up. He ain't got time for that. Nor does he have time to learn the playbook. So it's okay to eliminate Christian McCaffrey just for this week. Now, next week, we're going to talk about it. But right now, I saw the trade. I know the trade happened. I like the trade. I like the fact that Christian McCaffrey got some sense and got the hell out of the Carolina Panthers because they're going to ruin his career. They're going to stunt his career. He's not going to make it very long. He's not going to reach his full potential because the way the Panthers use him, they trash. They're going to get him hurt. He's been hurt every year he's been playing for them because of the way they utilize. But that still doesn't. Eliminating Christian McCaffrey still doesn't. Because he's got these other guys who you having trouble with. And I understand the trouble you have because all of them are good matchups. Even Christian McCaffrey got a good matchup if we could trust him to learn the playbook. Let's say he knew the playbook and he'd been playing for the 49ers up to week 6. Oh yeah, Christian McCaffrey will be my pick. I ignore everybody on this list for Christian McCaffrey because of how they're going to utilize him in San Francisco. He's going to get a lot of volume and production because of the way they run their offense. Christian McCaffrey is suited for the 49ers offense. He's suited for it. He's what they actually need. Take some pressure off Deebo Samuel. So I would love to pick Christian McCaffrey, but he don't know enough of the playbook to perform enough. And if you don't know what to do, I don't care how athletic you are, you still gonna mess up if you don't know where you're supposed to be on the field. You know, here's what it is. So, but I hate it for you, bro, because this is a hard choice right here.
Yeah,
but this
you got Derrick Henry in Indianapolis, Jamar Chase. You know what?
And Eckler. Eckler finna run off.
I don't know.
Eckler is very overutilized in the Chargers. Like he is the nucleus of that offense. I'm telling you, I've been watching them play. So it's a hard choice, bro. I don't know. All these dudes gonna go off, bro. Even McCaffrey gonna have a decent game. He just ain't finna go off. But I can't do decent. I need you to go off. This is tiers. Everybody needs to go off. Everybody. Every team. I don't want no mediocre points. I want everybody we pick to go off. So pick somebody else going off. Because they all going off. Jamar Chase going off in Atlanta.
I'm going to pick Jamar Chase simply because he's a receiver.
Henry finna run over Indiana, and Austin Eckler finna run over Seattle, and Devontae Adams definitely finna get 200 yards against the Houston Texans trash. So it's up to you, man. Listen, I said 200. I'm tripping. I say Devontae Adams gets 150 yards and probably about 9 catches. 9 receptions, probably 12 targets. He'll probably catch about 9 of them 12 targets. He ain't gonna catch every ball. And I'm gonna give him a touchdown and 150 yards. Devontae going off. I'm telling you, he going off. He going off. But you said Jamar Chase, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Jamar Chase.
All right, Jamar Chase. Let's see here. Michael Pittman is not who I want to pick. I don't want to pick. But you know who I do want to pick though? I'm gonna get Chubb. I'm gonna get Nick Chubb against Baltimore because Chubb always runs over Baltimore. He run every year. Nick Chubb. People sleep on Nick Chubb on that Baltimore game, and he always get over 100 yards rushing against Baltimore. It's something about Nick Chubb and Baltimore defense. Every year he do this. This year I'm not fading Chubb. I want Chubb in Baltimore. I want them rushing yards. He's finna run all over them boys. And cause I be fading them. Come like, nah, Chubb ain't finna do nothing. It's Baltimore. They finna stop him. Chubb he cut loose on them. It's like, I don't know what it is. They can't stop Chubb on defense in Baltimore. They might got win the game, but Chubb finna get his against Baltimore. It's something about them Ravens, man, that Chubb he runs over them dudes. They do not. He take him a minute. First half he struggled, but that second half Chubb come alive, bro. He get all he needs is one breakout run. One breakout run. He get it. But against them Ravens, bro, he does this every year to me. I fade him I'm picking the Ravens on defense. I'm fading Chubb because Chubb is not finishing nothing against these Ravens defenses. So I say to myself when I'm making lineups. And then the games go, and I look at the lineup, somebody got Chubb, and I don't got Chubb, and he's flaming against the Ravens. So I'm finna do it. I'm tired of losing. I'll get Chubb.
Yeah, I don't blame you there. I'm looking at two people here in this tier 4. Josh Jacobs, who I think is going to be popular. But Fournette is finally playing the way we've always known him to play.
And it's Carolina.
I'm going Fournette.
All right, Fournette. Let's see. Who's my quarterback? This is my quarterback. I don't want Tom Brady. I might have to get him though. Got to get him because you got Fournette. All these quarterbacks, I don't have anybody. If I get a quarterback, I want to throw the ball to somebody. And so far, we don't have anybody on these guys' team other than Tom Brady. So I got to get Tom Brady because you got Fournette. Not because I want him, but if I pick any of these quarterbacks, tier 6 and in tier 7, none of these guys are on their team to throw the ball to outside of Aaron Rodgers, and I'm not picking Aaron Rodgers. I'm just not. Like, just you look at it. Fournette, tier 4. They want us to pick a quarterback in tier 5. If you go to 6, 7, and 8, none of those players, these quarterbacks are not throwing the ball to none of the players that's in the bottom tier. So since we have Fournette, I gotta pick Brady.
I do got something for you. Do you think because we got to look at which quarterback is going to win the tier. I mean, we got Matt Ryan, but Dak is playing this week.
Yeah.
Do you think Dak's going to do good against Detroit?
Yeah, Dak going to do good against them Lions. Yeah. But if you're going to have a quarterback, you need to pair him up with somebody. You get more points like that. So, yeah, he'll win the tier, but you also want, win the tier and double up. The quarterback wins your tier, and then you pick another tier that you can also win with that quarterback throwing the ball to them. It's just good strategy.
True.
So that's why I said I'm picking
Tom Brady.
Picking Tom Brady because we got the Fournette, and for that reason only, and no other reason. Otherwise, I wouldn't even pick him. It's the quarterback I want. I'm picking because we have Fournette, not because I want Brady. Just you got Fournette. So and looking at the situation with 6 and 8, 7 and 8, it's you kind of going against yourself, just trying to pick a tier because you want to pick a tier. You gotta your lineup has to make sense. Because whoever the quarterback was, I was gonna pair him up anyway. Just so happened that it's Brady. Just so happened that it's Brady. But for these tiers, you gotta pair your quarterback with somebody. You don't have to stack them, which is 3, 4, 5 people. But if you're doing tiers, you don't just pick a quarterback alone. That is stupid play. That just doesn't make that doesn't make logical sense. That doesn't make sports betting sense. No, you don't have to stack a lineup with just a full team. But if you pick a quarterback you have to pair your quarterback with somebody, or you basically just throwing your money down the drain. You're not trying to win, because if you have a quarterback that's pairing up with a receiver, whether that running back is a receiver or a whole wide receiver, they throw that receiver the ball. Your quarterback gets those yards, plus you get that reception and those extra yards from the receiver. Why would you not do that? That doesn't make any sense for anybody to pick a quarterback and not pair them with somebody. Doesn't matter who. It's just like I said, doesn't matter who the quarterback is. But if you pick a quarterback and you make a lineup, pair them. If it's just if you pair them with a tight end, pair them with a running back, pair them with a receiver. It's up to you, but pair them with somebody, because if you just pick a quarterback alone by themselves on your lineup, you're only getting that quarterback production, and that's it. You're not getting the production that they're throwing the ball to. Who's the quarterback throwing the ball to? They're throwing it to somebody. Why wouldn't you want to pick the person throwing the ball to? That doesn't make any sense. You know what I'm saying? So, gotcha. Like I said, I'll pick Brady because we have Fournette, not because I think Brady's going to win his slate. He's probably not going to win his slate. Gotcha. But if he does lose his slate, we got Fournette that he's throwing the ball to, so if Brady's lagging behind and not doing as well as the other quarterback, he's throwing the ball to Fournette, and Fournette's going to pick up that slack because Fournette is a receiver.
Gotcha. Oh, man.
So, tier 6.
Don't worry. I'm not picking Mike Evans.
Yeah.
I am picking Mike Williams.
Of course you're picking Mike Williams. because Keenan Allen is still out and Mike Williams is one receiver.
He's a game time decision, but I don't think he's going to get all of that workload as much as he used to.
You know who everybody been sleeping on?
Cooper.
I mean, sleeping on. Cooper. Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper. They just been sleeping on Amari Cooper. Look at Amari Cooper's game log. Dude been quietly balling. Quietly. He been balling. He been balling. I gotta whisper. Let me whisper it to you. Amari Cooper been balling. Quietly. Quiet. You gotta be quiet about it. Don't be loud. Not loud at all. So I'm finna quietly pick Amari Cooper. Quiet about it. I'm gonna do it quietly because he been quietly balling. I don't want nobody to hear me. Go ahead, bro.
Tier 6. Man.
No, you said tier. You mean tier 8?
Tier 8. Yeah, this is something.
Do you want to get your boy? I'm looking at your boy.
I know you're talking about Christian Kirk.
That's your boy.
That's my go-to
and
guy.
He had 2 bad games, and that's it. That's it. He had 2 bad games.
That's true.
I don't know about Ayuk. With the addition of McCaffrey, I don't know how much Ayuk gonna get, so I don't think he's a good pick with the addition of Christian McCaffrey. Because I think Mike Shanahan is gonna be trying to use Christian McCaffrey a lot. Even if this play is stupid, he's gonna have him out there. So I'm just saying, because we got Christian McCaffrey. Look at my new toy. That's what Mike Shanahan's gonna do. Look at my new toy. So I think Brandon Ayuk's gonna suffer in this game. Now, once they all get practice together, once Christian McCaffrey gets used to Brandon Ayuk and Deebo Samuels and everybody else, once he gets used to practicing with them, I think Ayuk's production will pick back up and they'll have McCaffrey as decoy. They'll put McCaffrey on decoy routes and throw it to Ayuk and throw it to Deebo. That way Deebo can stop being a running back. Deebo can be a wide receiver now. Now that they got Christian McCaffrey, Deebo Samuels don't have to run the ball no more. He can just go out and catch the ball now and stop taking punishment. So I just think it's going to be Christian McCaffrey and Deebo Samuel's day. And Ayuk is going to get a couple of red zone passes or some short yardage passes to push the ball up the field, just throw a pass to somebody else for a change, and he'll be the somebody else for a change. Mm-hmm. But He's not going to give you the production that you need with the addition of Christian McCaffrey going into this Chiefs game. They're not going to utilize Ayuk against the Chiefs as much as they're going to utilize Christian McCaffrey against the Chiefs.
I agree.
Because it's the Chiefs. Because it's the Chiefs. So just don't think Ayuk's a good pick just for this game. But next week, definitely pick Brandon Ayuk against whoever they playing, because by then you got Ayuk, you got Debo, and you got Christian McCaffrey as your three-headed monster out there in San Francisco. San Francisco has just become a factor. They probably going to the playoffs this year. With Jimmy G at the helm, they definitely going to the playoffs this year. And I wouldn't be shocked if they go to the Super Bowl, because Jimmy G did take that team to the Super Bowl.
He did.
He did. Without Christian McCaffrey. Now that they got Christian McCaffrey and they got pretty much the same personnel out there, they probably going to at least the conference championship, if not the Super Bowl. The addition of a healthy Christian McCaffrey, they going to the conference championship.
They were in the conference championship last year, weren't they?
But they lost.
Yeah,
but
that was heartbreaking.
The Super Bowl. Last year they lost the conference championship. Year before that, they was the team in the Super Bowl.
Yep. With
Jimmy G as the quarterback. And now they got Christian McCaffrey. I can definitely see the 49ers back in the playoffs, back in the Final Four again, as the team to beat in the championship. Who they're going to be playing, I don't know. But I can definitely see the 49ers as the team to beat in the championship, the conference championship, because they did it already without him. I mean, a healthy Debo, a healthy Ayuk, and a healthy Christian McCaffrey, and a healthy Jimmy G. I'm telling you, bro, the San Francisco 49ers just became a force. They was already that. They was already that. Now they even more ridiculous. I'm anxious to see how they get down. I love this Christian McCaffrey trade. I love this trade because this is going to make football. This whole football season has been crazy. And then we ain't even got to the trade deadline yet. Trade deadline is in 2 weeks. So this is week 6, right?
Yeah.
No, it's week 6. Trade deadline is week 8 of football. So 2 weeks is the trade deadline. That's not the only trade that's gonna be made. The Christian McCaffrey ain't the only shocker of a trade. It's gonna be some more trades. Still on you though.
No, it's Kirk, man.
You pick Kirk? All right. So we got Lamar Jackson. Still want to pair him up with somebody, but since they made me pick him and didn't give me no options, because if you really go down here and look at all this, there's no option for Lamar Jackson to throw the ball to.
Tier 3, you picked Nick Chubb over Andrews, but Andrews is questionable.
That's why I picked Chubb.
Gotcha.
Because Andrews is questionable. Or else I'd pick Andrews. But even still, you have no choice but to pick a quarterback in tier 1. And even these other tiers down here, there's nobody in Baltimore to pick. There's no option. So go ahead and enter this squad. And you know what, to be honest with you, going back to that Dak Prescott question in Detroit, I don't trust Dak.
Wow.
In this game. I trust him next week. I don't trust him in this game because here's why I don't trust him. Before we close the show, I was gonna do one more lineup, afternoon tiers only, but before we start that lineup, let me tell you why I don't trust him in this Detroit game. Dak was injured the first game of the season. He left the game in the second half. He left the game in the second quarter. And Cooper Rush came into the game to finish out the game with the Bucs. Dak has not played football in 5 weeks.
Yep.
Right? He's back. He's healthy. But he's going to be rusty. And the Detroit Lions are going to take advantage of that rust. I think the Cowboys will win on defense. I think the defense is going to beat the Lions. I don't think Dak Prescott is going to beat the Lions.
Oh, I forgot about that defense.
The Cowboys' defense is going to beat the Lions. Dak, I don't think it's going to do much because he needs another week of football. Dak needed to play Tom Brady and lose. He could have played that game and still lost that game. But I think if he had played the whole game, took the L from Tom Brady, because y'all just coming back first game of the season, that loss motivates Dak to go on a win streak all the way up to the Lions play, and they'd be 5-1 with Dak at the helm instead of Cooper Rush. But since it didn't happen like that, going into this game, he's not hot, right? Mm-hmm. Had he been playing, Dak would have destroyed the Detroit Lions. Had he been playing. This is what I'm saying. I'm saying it to say that Dak is a momentum quarterback. That's the best way I can describe him. Dak is a momentum quarterback. Momentum meaning he starts even from within the game as well as winning games. Dak gains momentum and he rides his momentum wave. But he has to build that momentum up first. Takes him a minute. Once he builds up that momentum in game, as long as he do it at the right time and he has time on the clock and there's no, he ain't running out of quarters, Dak can destroy you. And then once he gets on a win streak, like they winning, they win, and then they get another team who brings them back down to earth. Mm-hmm. They take an L, and they go on another win streak. Because Dak is a streaker. He wins streaks, right? Yeah. Or if he's playing the game, he pass streaks. He'll get on a streak and just start throwing passes down the field because everything is rocking, everything's in place. He'll streak you. But then people break his streak, and then he gotta gain momentum again. That's the type of quarterback Dak Prescott is. And it sucks that the Lions is the game that he has to lose first in order for him to gain momentum. Not saying the Lions gonna win, just saying they're gonna give him hell because he's the type of quarterback that needs to gain momentum in order for him to shine. Once his snowball starts rolling down the hill, it starts collecting more snow, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Now you got your Dak Prescott rolling downhill with the snowball. But he starts off as a snowball instead of an avalanche. And he's going into this Lions game as a snowball. So if he can get the ball rolling, he can turn into a big snowball, an avalanche to the Detroit Lions. But if he don't get that ball rolling, he gonna melt in this game. That's why I say I don't trust Dak against the Lions, because he ain't played enough football yet. You gotta play football. If you're not playing, you're rusty. Practice is not playing. Practice is practice, because you're practicing against your own defense. They know you. You know them. The pressure's not really on you like that. They got 5 coaches with whistles in their mouth, blowing the whistle to end the play. It's not a live game. Stop and go in practice. So I don't care how you try to make it game-like, live-like, it's still not an actual game. So Dak in the game with the crowd hollering, screaming at him, and split decisions that got to be made, and he ain't been in that groove for the last 5-6 weeks, he is going to struggle. This is the human element coming out of Dak. This ain't saying Dak Prescott is a bad quarterback or trash. This is saying he needs momentum in order to gain it. And if he don't build that snowball up in the second quarter, Dak gonna lose the game. Now the defense will probably hold Detroit Lions hostage. The defense will probably keep Detroit in check. But I don't think Dak gonna do too much on offense itself. I think it's gonna be a defensive game where either the defense score touchdowns, get a pick 6 against Jared Goff, force fumble, take it to the house. I think the defense is gonna score. I think Nephew gonna take one to the house, right? I think he already took one to the house already. He finally took one to the house, and I didn't pick the Cowboys defense that day. Nephew finally took one to the house. I forgot to text you, but I didn't have the defense that day on that lineup, and I just didn't pick them, and I didn't get that touchdown. But Nephew finna get another touchdown against the Lions, bro. He finna take one to the house, because the Lions ain't finna stop him. But so I say the defense and the special teams is gonna beat the Lions. I don't think Dak gonna beat them. Okay. I don't think Dak and CeeDee Lamb and Gallup gonna beat the Lions. I think the defense gonna beat the Lions. I think they're gonna intercept Goff and pick 6 Goff. They're gonna pick 6 him. They're gonna throw an interception and they're gonna take it all the way to the house. That's a whole touchdown and a field goal. And then Goff will march the ball back down the field and maybe score, maybe not, after the interception. And then the game's gonna play, it's gonna be a fumble. Somebody's gonna fumble the ball and somebody's gonna take it to the house on defense. Then Nephew taking one to the house on special teams. 3 touchdowns that won't even happen on the offense. You see what I'm saying? And I think because the Cowboys defense is so tough, the Lions will get maybe 2 touchdowns. I'll give the Lions 2 touchdowns, but the rest of their points gonna be scored on field goal. Because we just talked about the Cowboys defense. Cowboys will allow a couple of touchdowns. They get tired like everybody else, so they're gonna sneak one in. They're gonna sneak 2 in. Lions gonna sneak in 2 actual 7-point touchdowns. But the rest of the points I can see them scoring is gonna be field goal, bro. Can't see the Lions putting up a lot of points again. The Lions didn't even score against the Patriots. They didn't even score against the Patriots. They didn't. So I could see them squeezing out 2 touchdowns and a bunch of field goals. But I see the Dallas defense scoring touchdowns. Pick 6 and nephew taking one to the house on kickoff return. I can see them 2 scores happening like that. At some point in the game, nephew is taking a punt or a kickoff back after one of them touchdowns that the Detroit Lions score. One of them 2 touchdowns is going to be a kickoff, and nephew going to take one of them to the house. That's a touchdown for the Cowboys. And then the defense going to get a pick 6, specifically a pick 6. Jared Goff is going to throw an interception, and they're going to take it to the house. That's 2 touchdowns without Dak. So I'm saying, I just don't see, and I say that I still think the Cowboys are going to win. I just don't think Dak is going to be the reason. I think the defense is going to be the reason. Gotcha. All right, said all that to say. Let's go over to the lineup for the show before we end the show. The afternoon 4-game turbo. And she put it back 10 cents. I started us off, so you can take us to quarterback from here. I started us off the last one. I'm
surprised Geno Smith is still a factor. Anyway.
Oh my God.
Justin Herbert.
I'm tired of this dude. I'm tired of Geno Smith. You going who?
I'm going Herbert.
All right. Geno Smith. Why am I forced to take him seriously? Like, I don't want to take Geno Smith seriously. I don't care what he's doing. I don't want to take him seriously. Okay? I just don't. Who you throwing it to?
Austin Eckler.
Looks like Keenan Allen might be back. Okay. Yeah, Austin Eckler is a receiver, so it don't matter.
Yeah, I'm going Austin Eckler.
I'll take Josh Jacobs. I'm back.
Yeah, that's pretty much it open here. Man. Russell Wilson is not playing.
He out. He had a little nick. He not like out for the season. He just had a little nick, and they're gonna let him. They want to sit him out for a game and make sure he's fully healed up. He good.
Gotcha. I'm trying to think here. Who would I pick? Know something? Should we pick Will Disley?
Yes, we should, because Willie Disley been pissing me off because I don't be picking him, and I looked at he's flaming on the squad every time.
I'm looking at it like this. Russell Wilson is not playing. I mean, yes, you got DK Metcalf, you have TJ Lockett. They're going up against the Clippers. Not the Clippers, but the Chargers. And I mean, Willie Disley, he's that one guy nobody picks.
Russell Wilson don't play Seahawks no more.
That is true.
You said Russell Wilson.
No, yeah, Russell Wilson don't play for the Seahawks. It's Gio.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna give Disley a shot on this one because I don't think price wise we're gonna have to pick a lot of high price people in this turbo.
Well, I'm gonna go against the grain. No, I'm not. I'm gonna be smart about this. Give me the Jets on defense. Give me the Jets on defense. I'm gonna take the Jets on defense to shut down Denver since Russell Wilson's out, and give me Jets defense.
Yeah, I agree with you there. Jeez. Receivers is slim. I think that he would be a good receiver. I mean, I want Devontae Adams.
Hit him.
I'm picking Devontae Adams.
Alright, it is. Let's see. We're going to scroll down to the bottom here and look at some. I will. Let's see. I wanted to look at some of them Jets receivers, man, because the Jets been quietly balling. Like the Jets actually have a good record right now. It's crazy to me. But I can't see. I can't see. Then other receivers. Okay, so Elijah Moore is out. Corey Davis. If Elijah Moore is out, it's Braxton Berrios, Corey Davis, and Garrett Wilson. Valdez can't nope because he's talking about the 49ers. All right, I'll take Nico Collins from Houston. He's been. I mean, it's not like the Vegas got a strong secondary. Yeah, the Texans gonna lose, but Davis Mills can get the ball to Nico. I'll pick Nico Collins. Because I'm here in Houston, I see them play, unfortunately, and Nico Collins is the number 2 receiver, or because Brooks is number 1, Nico Collins number 2. Yeah, Nico Collins. I guess it's a begrudging pick, but at least I do know what he's capable of. I live in Houston. I can't help but see these boys play. So yeah, he's all right. But he ain't Devontae Adams. You know? Yeah, all right. You know?
What's your thoughts on Breece Hall, the Jets running back?
Don't know about him. Never heard of him. Don't know nothing about him. I don't have any thoughts.
I think I'm going to switch him out for Eckler. And then
Why would you do that?
And then no. Well, look at his game log, 6,200, and he's going up against Denver. Do you think he's going to do that?
I don't know who the guy is. I've never heard of Breece Hall. You asked me.
Yeah, he's a New York Jets running back. You know, they've been quiet.
Yeah, but Austin Eckler has been. Okay, let me say this. I've been watching the Chargers play because they've been coming on my TV. Haven't seen the Jets play at all. I've seen Austin Eckler for the last 6 weeks ball out consistently. So I don't know anything about Breece Hall to say replace him for Austin Eckler. And listen, we talk about the Jets. We're not talking about the Chiefs. We're not talking about no other team. We're talking about the Jets, bro. I am not about to replace. Now you could listen. Put it like this, because you on your end. If you want to take Austin Eckler off your lineup and put Breece Hall on your lineup, go ahead. I'm not taking Austin Eckler off my lineup. It'll still be a show squad. It'll be my half of the show squad and your half of the show. I'm protesting. I am not taking. You can do it for the show purpose. If you just want to do that,
I'm trying to save some money here.
Oh, I don't care if we run out of money. These little 4,500 people gonna have the ball.
That's true.
I got like I said, pick Breece Hall if you want to. Your lineup just ain't gonna look like mine.
Gotcha. No, I'm gonna keep, because I mean, even in this turbo, he's hard to fade. Like right now, he is hard to fade.
Who? Breece Hall?
Eckler.
They ain't hard to fade. Especially against the Seahawks, please. Him and Josh Jacobs, they got some crazy Houston Texans not finna stop Josh Jacobs. And Seattle Seahawks is not finna stop Austin Eckler. Now, I don't know anything about this Breece Hall person who run for the Jets. I ain't looked at him to know who he is. I don't know. Never heard of him until you just said his name. So maybe he's a good guy. Maybe he runs all over Denver. Maybe. But I'm going with the tried and true.
That's true. Man. Yeah, I'm going to go Wilson for the Jets. Receiver.
Garrett Wilson? Okay.
Yeah.
Garrett Wilson got 5,000 left. So many people out. I thought Michael Carter was the running back for the Jets.
Not the starter?
You said.
Yeah, I don't think he was a starter. No,
Breece
Brees Hall 6,200.
Oh, okay, okay. He must have outworked him for the running back spot. Because I thought the last, like when you say the Jets running back, my mind went to Michael Carter. Last year he was their running back, Michael Carter.
Yes.
I ain't paid attention to the Jets this year to know that that he even lost his starting job, because who was Brees Hall? I never heard this guy.
Yeah.
So that's new.
He's a new guy, as you can see. He's been part of the major workload since week
Well,
4.
I just clicked on Brees Hall. I see it. I guess that's what they've just been doing with him. But I ain't paid no attention to the Jets outside of just seeing their record and seeing that where they are. However, I will go with Corey Davis for the Jets. I will pick Corey Davis because Corey Davis is a veteran receiver, and ain't nobody ever finna stop Corey Davis. I think Corey Davis gonna have a good fantasy day. What that looks like, I don't know. I think Corey Davis and the Jets gonna have a good fantasy day. I know who Corey Davis is. I don't know who Brees Hall is. But the Jets. I'm just saying, you said, what do I think about him? I've never heard of the guy, don't know. But I know who the hell Corey Davis is, and I know who Garrett Wilson is. Them two are good picks. Like I say, good picks, but they got good matchups. They're not good picks, but they playing against Denver. Garrett Wilson and Corey Davis, because I've never heard of Brees Hall, could be a factor too, obviously. I don't have no qualms with Garrett Wilson and Corey Davis because I'm looking at their game log and they've been consistent. They had a bad game last week, both of them. Last week they've been both these guys is the 1 and 2 receiver in the Jets. The number 1 and number 2 receivers are right here. Garrett Wilson and Corey Davis is the number 1 and number 2 receivers. So, and they playing against a Denver team that's just trash. The two trash teams playing each other, right? May the best trash win. I think the Jets are better than the Denver Broncos. They both trash, right? Jets is trash, Broncos is trash. But who's the better team? The Jets are the better team of them two trash teams. Right? Because you see, I picked them on defense without question. Like, give me the Jets on defense. They finna shut the Denver Broncos down. It ain't gonna be a shutout, but they're gonna do some damage, especially with Wilson gone. And Melvin Gordon has been benched, and it's like, yo, just I don't want to watch that game. I just can't wait for the outcome of the Jets and the Denver game to be over. I don't want to watch this. It's gonna be an extremely boring game. Boring. But I think Garrett Wilson and Corey Davis and the Jets on defense will do what we need them to do for this lineup. We can go look at it after the game and say, how did we do? Oh, we did pretty good. You know what I'm saying? I don't even want to see it because that's how boring that shit going to be. Now, that's going to be a boring-ass game, the Jets and the Broncos. Change the channel. It's something better on TV. I don't even know yet, but I bet you it's going to be something better on TV other than the Jets and the Broncos game.
I agree.
Yeah. Anyway, fam, I like this squad. Now, we got Justin Herbert, Austin Eckler, Josh Jacobs, Devontae Adams, Nico Collins, Garrett Wilson, Willie Dissly at tight end. Wait a minute. Hold on. Just saw something. I just saw something. Maybe we shouldn't get Willie Dissly, and maybe we should get Noah Fant in the Seahawks because Geno Smith likes Noah Fant.
Really?
Yeah. Click on Noah Fant. Peek at him. Take a peek at Noah Fant.
He does get some targets. That's what I'm looking at.
That's what I want you to look at. Look at his targets and look at Willie's targets.
Willie ain't gonna have no targets, really. I just said pick him because he's that X factor that we don't usually never pick.
Yeah, but Noah Fant.
Yeah, we go Noah.
I can put him. I'm gonna pick him. So Noah Fant at tight end. Corey Davis. You know what? And because we don't have a Seahawk, I think why not? Right? We don't have no Seahawk because I don't like Geno Smith. But I ain't got no issue with his receivers. I don't have an issue with DK. I don't have an issue with Tyler Lockett. I don't have an issue with nobody else on the Seahawks. I have an issue with Geno Smith because who the fuck is Geno Smith? Right? I have an issue with him. And what's your issue with Geno Smith? He ain't done nothing to you. Who the fuck is Geno Smith?
Somebody
He just
that
100 yards. Fuck this nigga. Who is this guy all of a sudden decide to play football in the last 5 fucking years. Your ass ain't did shit in 5 fucking years. In the last 5 years, what have you seen from Geno Smith in 5 fucking years of football? You, because he's been in the league for a while.
I thought he retired. To be honest, I ain't heard nothing from him.
Listen, he was the quarterback for the Giants when Odell Beckham played for the Giants.
Wow.
Yes, he was the backup QB that was supposed to take over for Eli Manning over the time. But since he didn't win the starting job, Eli Manning was still there. Geno Smith left, went to another team, then got hurt, went out for the season, had a season-ending injury. And then now he's finally back and playing football. They wrote me off. They wrote me off. Geno Smith, who are you? Y'all not going to the playoffs, bro. The Seahawks are not going to the playoffs or the Super Bowl with Geno Smith as their quarterback. I'm saying it. In week 6 of football, he's not going to the playoffs. He's not going to the Super Bowl. He's not. But I'm forced to consider his ass every fucking week because every week he keeps somehow throwing 300 fucking yard games. I don't know how the fuck he keeps doing it. I don't know how. Right?
I agree.
He's one of them people. I'm being stubborn. I'm going to just go on and admit this before we end the show. I'm being stubborn because I don't want to acknowledge him. I don't want to acknowledge Geno Smith. No, Geno Smith, go sit down. Go back to backup QB heaven where you was irrelevant, and I didn't have to look at your ass on the lineup. I didn't have to think about you, Geno Smith. Well, we got to consider Geno Smith because he's been throwing 300-yard games. Really? All of a sudden, he just motherfucker come out of nowhere. That's why I don't like Geno Smith. Because who the fuck is Geno Smith? What did he do to you? He didn't do shit to me. Who the fuck is he? That's why I don't like him. And on that note, y'all, this has been episode 6, Fantasy Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Open Mind. Along with your other host, DZ.
Good night, everybody.
Happy drafting. Creator bless y'all. Deuces.